marks. He's taken a couple of big marks that weren't paid in the end, and we know he had a goal touched on the line. Give Mackay all the space that he needs to actually try and get back into this game.
So back in the middle, second half about to get underway. O'Brien up against De Koning, which means the king in Dutch is going to have to be the king in the ruck in this second half. Touch play on McGovern. Dump to the deck, ball up. De Koning ties up with O'Brien. Used his body, got a palm on it. Curnow tried to flick it out. Gibbons little paddle. Curnow little kick. To half forward. Laird. Scholl, who had his own ball in the first quarter. And he finds Schonberg on the wing.
It's a great kick. Swing around the left. Bang. Well, we heard... Oh, that's not a great one.
Scholl. Well, it's worked out well for Schonberg. He might get a second touch. Back to Scholl. Messing with it a little and dropping back with the flight. Petrevski-Seton.
It's a good point, Dwayne, because in the first half, Adelaide get the ball where Schonberg had it. They go inside all long, not back out to the boundary line.
Petrevski-Seton gets it back and gives it to Eddie, who hasn't seen a lot of it in this one so far. But if he can get his mojo back, anything's possible. Heads toward Casbolt, overcooked it, and Hardigan takes the mark.
So yeah, it's a poor kick from Eddie. Casbolt did really well, pushed back and then came back at the ball carrier, created his own space, and then he kicked it over his head.
Brown heads long, there's a hold. Weathering's ball against Frampton.
This is the one where you just want to go. Not sure down the line's the one where you want to go to.
No arm chop free there for Gibbons. Ball out of play. Still a ton of time left in the game. There's the hold on Weathering. You can see the arm grabbing the jumper. And umpire had no choice but to pay it on the strength of that. O'Brien works his way to the front. Koning from behind. Laird. Scholl. Another possession. And he hits another good spot. The Plowman read it well.
We heard Teague half-time talk about they want to run through the midfield and be stronger in the contest. Going wide with your ball just isn't going to get you 44 points in the second half. You've got to be dangerous. You've got to be bold.
To Cripps. Used his muscle on Smith, but then he's barreled. Gets it to Cunningham. Here's got Walsh on the run. Can he hit a chest? McGovern flew. Eddie, he's got it. And weaves. A little bit of magic, but it's touched. Doesn't argue.
And Moons, we even saw there Casbolt and McGovern jumping in the same contest. And it will take time. It's hard for Harry Mackay as a young player, but he's got to get to that stage where he's giving really strong direction to his fellow forwards, and if not, a little bit of harsh feedback at times. And that's what the really powerful, great forwards can do that.
Little Lynch to young Brown and Bradshaw, I would have thought.
No, I was the really introverted, quiet one in that group.
Hardigan. Smith. Beautiful pass to McAdam. He got dealt with late and gets himself a 50. They haven't been paying that all that often. They did about 3 years ago. So it brings him to 60. And he bombs it long in the O'Brien direction. Can't mark it. Petrevski-Seton just pulls the kick later. Dewey had centre field. Who's got space to kick it into. Mackay goes to ground though. Butts has wrapped him up. Had his chance. Gone. Jordan Butts in game 2. Did well there. Back inside 50. Off hands. Weathering almost got it away. Schonberg gets it away. Simpson. Right spot, right time as always. Flicks it to Williamson. Casbolt. Bites off the inside kick, so Murphy can go if he wants to. It's back outside to Nunes. Didn't want to waste it, so keeps possession with the kick to Walsh. And he pumps it top of the square. Mackay's been flying, gets up, can't mark this one. Keys bumped by Betts, goes back in, grab on a ball, but it was a bump, not a tackle.
It's better though, at least they've got some forward pressure happening. Last couple of entries, just stopping that run out of the back half from Adelaide, which is where they were able to score in the first half of the game.
And again, they've got all the answers and they get the lucky bounces they have had. Well, not so lucky. It's
but they're forcing them wide though now. That's the thing. At least Carlton are not allowing them to step out corridor and go down the middle of the ground where it opens right up for the Adelaide Crows, forcing them very wide so far.
Fisher short to Gibbons. It was clever, got his way around Schomburg, but then can't hit his target, and Kelly cuts it off. So he's had a couple of important possessions in the last minute of play. Frampton got there late. Jones lays the tackle on Schomburg. He won't mind the contact.
You're right, Jono. As long as the ball isn't coming straight back out the way that it was in that first half, the entries still aren't great, but at least they're playing the game in their half at the moment.
Laird, Gibbs, Schomburg slips. Gibbs slips it to Gibbons. O'Brien short. McGovern couldn't do something with it. Lynch early fake, then he throws it out and got away with it. O'Brien back down the line towards Himmelberg, off his hands. Almost caught high Murphy, no free. Sloan collects it. He's got a couple of one-on-ones ahead of the ball. Wiedering makes it a 2-on-1 but spills it. Gathers the crumb and passes to Nunes.
I've liked the ball in Nunes' hands today. He's been the only player that wants to bite off that kick through the middle of the ground.
So Cunningham to Petrevski-Seton to Setterfield. And way too wide for Mackay, and Butts.
He's hanging in there, Butts, and he's starting to turn the contest in his favour. Real credit to the second gamer.
Yeah, he attacked that nicely. Intention to mark, not punch it away. Sloan flies. Cunningham got there late. Petrevski-Seton the crumb. Setterfield pops it back towards attacking 50. Mackay had a chance. Brown collects it, gave to Laird. Inside to Brad Crouch. To Lynch. McPherson still down on hands and knees for the Crows. Heads to half forward. Great hands, Plowman. Left the boot behind. Kicked it with his sock. Heads out wide to Wiedering. Caught late and got the kick away, but it was under pressure. And Casbolt got there way late on Hardigan. Had all the answers today, Adelaide.
They get that ball on the wing at the moment, Carlton, Jono, and it just seems like they just don't know what to do with it. It's either a high bomb or they're trying to hit a target which has been intercepted. Just no real fluency going forward at all.
Cattleman in the middle of it. Wiedering.
Top rope.
Okay, so the push. Unrealistic attempt. O'Brien. Everything going wrong for Carlton today. But Adelaide's made their own luck.
That's right.
From the outset. They've come in with a mission. Dumped away from Frampton and it rolls out of play.
Well, what Carlton have been able to do is defensively set up better at the contest. So there's the attempt. Good mark by Wiedering in the end, actually. But Carlton have set up better defensively at stoppage, not to allow Adelaide to get out goal side. So you can see O'Brien there, the wingman's really holding. He's got his hand in the air at the moment. Even numbers fall to the ball from the Adelaide Crows in case they do get a quick kick out of stoppage. I like that.
Murphy to Nunes. Williamson. Plowman. Well, Petrevski-Seton left it for Walsh. He left it for Petrevski-Seton. So Jones got it, gave it to Gibbs. His short pass to Keys.
Well, poor communication. You're spot on. I think they both thought the other was going to get it, and they both ran off to receive. Just left the ball behind.
And then Jones just split the middle.
And Ben Keys has been one of the success stories for the Adelaide Crows this season. Without doubt, he's played all or most of the games and played either tag-in roles or through the midfield. It's been an outstanding season.
And he puts that through for a behind.
It is. Lynchy makes a great point, because when the Crouch brothers were down and they weren't playing that well, there was Keys he was the one standing up in the middle of the ground along with Rory Laird. Now that the Crouch boys are playing unbelievable football again, he can play some various roles.
He took the chance. He left a team that could win the flag, but he might have been standing in the grandstand watching them win the flag anyway. So why not go somewhere where you can play footy? And he's played some really good footy. And as we're wrapping him up, he gets taken from the field by Matthew Nicks, but that's for a reward as a rest. Ball flicked out wide. Around the body by O'Brien. Bounced past a couple. Inside handoff. McGovern to Gibbons. Gets the Shepherd. Pumps it long. Mackay this time. And he takes off. They're not going to take this one off him. And he gives them life. And gives the goal umpire a little scare.
But finally we see a little bit of ball movement through the middle of the ground. Take it on Gibbon. Could have gone short and wide, but thought, no, I've got the big fella all on his own, inside 50, in a one-on-one. And he's playing against a second gamer. You've got to give this bloke every opportunity you can. Really good kick. He had a guy out wide there, Gibbons, he could have gone to. Said, no, I'm going to go to my big fella. And didn't let him down. Just about took the goal umpire out with him.
And to his credit, he went back to apologise as well to the goal up. He didn't mean it.
Such a great contested mark one-on-one, this fella. He's going to be an absolute brute as the years go by. Nice little flush hit there.
That's all you want, isn't it, Moons? Just get a one-on-one opportunity deep in the forward 50. He was pretty keen to play on there. He missed one from the same position against the Sydney Swans just a few days ago.
I think he's a 400 or 500 goal kicker, you know, by the end of his career.
Nice. Casbolt and O'Brien go at it. Matt Crouch gets up the lead. Crutch feeds the handball out, but he rode those bumps beautifully. Playing in front, Plowman has given them something in this third term. Goes inside with the kick nicely to Casbolt.
Much more dangerous, much more dangerous.
So Simpson on the run. No one comes at him. He had a ton of room. He goes to Murphy. He's got a ton of room, ton of time. Cripps, the go-to man. Got it. Finally, some momentum Carlton's way.
It's an easy game sometimes, Jono, when you move the ball quickly and you have a little bit of dare. You take the worry out. Not worried about getting scored against because we're already getting belted. Let's just go. And the last two times they've attacked, they've gone through the middle, or they've moved the ball quickly and they've got it inside to one-on-one to two big marking, in this case he's a forward at the moment, Cripps, but two big marking people.
Just his third kick for the day. And he blows it wide. 6 goals, 11 for the season now, Patrick Cripps, and that was a critical moment for a captain's goal.
It's a good point you make, and let's just approach here with a bit of a stutter. It's freedom in movement versus structure. And first half Blues were structure and they were getting caught out and they were reactive. Play with some freedom, it actually flows really better. The players embrace it more, you can see it.
Fisher got a hand in with the smother, that hurts the Blues, that mess. And they get it forward quickly again to try and make amends. Off hands, they've sent Cripps forward to kick goals. Curnow tried to squeeze it through the traffic. Laird trapped it. Heads out wide again. Wiedering, it was off his knee. Frampton let him know about it. Six minutes left in the third. Pulled the margin from 44 back to 37. They can get it back to 20-something, something manageable. O'Brien caught, wrapped up.
Yeah, I agree, Dwayne. That's got to be the target. They have to keep restricting score. So the defenders have been good in this quarter. They need to make sure they don't let themselves down here with a high ball that will come in from Crouch, you'd think.
Casbolt's pushed back really hard here as the ruckman.
But Crouch hits to the pocket. Casbolt got hands on it. Simpson crumbs it. Goes back to the congested side. Brad Crouch attacks it. Flicks the handball over the top to Laird. Opens it up, top of the square. Great spot to hit. And the ball thumped through for a behind.
It's been awesome again, Rory Laird. What a year he's had playing through the midfield. for the Crows. 21 disposals, equal with Matt Crouch in this game so far. Bryce Gibbs in his farewell game, having 18 disposals so far.
Nunes gets some protection, got hit late. That's a downfield free to Eddie Betts, who could get it and play on here. It just rolls. So he had to go back. He does want to play on. He does get it and go. Gave it to Simpson. Turns inside. Murphy. Suddenly some belief among the Carlton players. Inside to Jones. Opposite wing. Go get that, will you, Gibbons? Cunningham. Adelaide getting numbers back. It sits up. Cripps is in the back. Couldn't get it to him. Sloan seeking the boundary. Gibbons got there first. Cut it off. Curnow. He pulls that a bit too skinny. But a ball in's not a bad result for the Blues.
It's a good result when you've got Paddy Cripps floating around in the forward half now for this stoppage. Fish is normally lively as well. We'll see what they can manufacture here, the Blues.
Neither ruckman got near it. Casbolt pulls it out of the air, gave it to Koning. He bends it, and it's across the face, and it's on the full in the end. Hit the post on the way through, behind post. So free kick, back pocket, Lynch.
We just have a look at the hard ball gets quarter by quarter, and you have a look at that first half. It was all Adelaide, and we heard David Teague at half-time with Lynchy talk about they want to run through the midfield, they want to be stronger in the contest. And they've done that this quarter. They're giving themselves a shot.
Wiedering dumps it out on the wing. Round of applause from the Blues fans.
Well, they should be giving this guy one because he's the one holding them up at the moment in this quarter. He's been very good in this quarter.
Casbolt into the ruck. I think it's been a bit of a change for them too. Giving them a stronger body in this contest.
V. Himmelberg, who got the palm down, but Cripps back on the ball. Caught, got a handball out. Cunningham, caught, got a handball out. Simpson through the traffic. Cripps couldn't handle it. Dispossessed. Back there for Cripps. Spins out of traffic. Through one, past another. Shows his class. Gets it back from Betts. Weaves his way through the traffic. He mesmerised them. Goes toward goal. What a piece of play that was. These are not the draws you're looking for. He mesmerised them all.
Oh, shake and bake about 3 times.
I think did he go to the ball go around his back at one point as well, Moods?
Oh, look, he fumbled one earlier just here. Got tackled here, got a little handball away, and then fumbles one, Jono. You think, you know what, Paddy's not on today. There's a fumble. But then he gets the ball back here, and watch this, around the back as he runs through the post, runs through the contest, spins out, gets the handball back from Eddie, and then here it is. Great call, Dwayno. What a finish.
That was all part of the plan, the fumble.
Oh, what a finish. Just missed an absolute sitter from dead in front.
Well, I thought I witnessed goal of the year last night with Daniels. Has it just been trumped with this individual effort from Paddy Cripps?
He's always got a nice celebration with his goal.
Yeah, it is. Well, he missed the sitter, and he owed him one, and what a way to pay it back.
What did we say at three-quarter time? 20-odd points?
Yep.
That's all you need to be.
Get back in the 20s, it sits at 32.
So back in the middle, and Cripps is on fire. Throws that out to Nunes. They got their mojo back, the Blues, and their forwards got down low. Casbolt, he couldn't take the mark. It was there. It was a tough one. Cunningham stands under this, and he's got it. Huge 3 minutes coming up here to three-quarter time. Puts it back inside 50, through O'Brien. Ball hits the deck. McGovern, he bends it around. Top of the square. Casbolt, Eddie Betts time. Hands it back inside. Murphy, touch play on. Eddie goes hard. Back to Murphy. Caught a little high. Umpire lets it roll. McPherson on hands and knees. Scholl got it out somehow. Smith dropped it as he was tackled. Bangs the kick away. It's a wobbler. Touch ball. Play on. Plowman goes. Can't mark it. Off hands. Picked up by Laird. Bangs it out of the trouble area, but it'll be wide and marked by Lynch on the line.
Geez, that floated back in because that looked like that was going into the third row.
Even Rory Laird's body language was that's out of bounds on the full.
So Lynch puts it down the line. Fogarty comes up to make the contest. Fists go up. Ball just eluded him, and he didn't keep it in. And the yellow card being held up by the Adelaide Crows bench. 2 minutes left, third term, and they're fighting back from 44 down to 32 down. They've done this before this season, the Blues. Did it last week. Cripps fighting hard. Stripped. Newnes thought about going off the deck for a second there. Stengel gathered, slips the tackle, inside. Good fake, Schomburg. Top of the square. Flyers go up, Walsh. Oh, and well fumbled by Plowman.
I'd love the ump to go, you know what, you're better than that,
Yeah.
mate.
There's no way in the world you'd fumble that normally.
No.
Gibbons, free kick. Can they steal another one here? Carlton hands it out to Fisher on a half-back flank. Keys corrals him, let him have a bounce and hit a target. Walsh, Gibbs went to ground. Walsh ducks out of one tackle, hands it back to Fisher. Dropped to Sharon, gets it back again. Back to Gibbons. And now the money kick finds Mackay.
Quick ball movement, dangerous. Allow your forwards to have space and let your big marking forward come at the ball. What a huge goal this is going to be if he kicks it. This gives them a genuine shot.
Takes a deep breath. Now the walk in. Opens up the angle. Dead-eye Mackay. And it's game on.
Well, it is. It's game on. It sure is now. We're back to 27 points in this contest. The Blues want to fight back in this quarter. The game on their terms, the run that they're providing for each other, the overlap run finally in their favour. Better ball use at times. You just hope they're not spending all their tickets now in this fight back. Three-quarter time, they've just got to hold on now. Can't allow the Crows to get this next centre bounce win.
You'd be just sending a memo up the ground if you're Harry. Just give me the ball, please. Just move it quickly. Give me time. Give me some space. I don't think there's a defender out there that can go with him at the moment.
Asking the question now of Adelaide. Crows might have won their last 2 games coming in, but they had lost their previous 13 to start the season. Now free kick or blood rule here? Blood rule.
Blood rule.
And that's fair enough too. It's dripping from the nose. Good call. 46 seconds left. And Riley O'Brien, as important a ball up as this is,
well, this could work in Carlton's favour here. I mean, O'Brien's been extremely good with the centre bounce ruck work. Might just get a nice little tap down here from De Koning and give themselves another chance for an inside 50 just before three-quarter time.
46 seconds left in the third. De Koning and Hubelberg. De Koning palms it down in the Cripps direction. Brad Crouch, Cripps, Setterfield, Matt Crouch in the back. So a clearance for the Blues. Some little things going their way at the moment. Setterfield blasts it long. Top of the 50. Bouncing ball. McGovern, little chance. Half held. Kelly half had him. He flicks it out. Adelaide get numbers back. Gibbs over the head of Simpson. Falls to Fogarty. Turns. 15 seconds left. And he plants his foot into it long. Frampton. Wiedering, who's been awesome. Wraps him up. Just a handball. Wiedering feeds it back out. And now Simpson with a bullet pass that is on the full, but it won't matter. They have not been in this game, Carlton, and yet they're not out of it. 27 points the margin. Their final spot on the line and a quarter left to play. 8-8 plays 4-5. Don't go anywhere.